Stay sober. Enjoy the interview. I'm here with Dr. Charles Russell. You want to tell us a little bit about your background?
Hello. My background in medicine, I practiced emergency medicine full-time for 28 years, and I treated substance use disorders part-time from 1990 until about 6 years ago, when I began to treat it full-time and I left emergency medicine. So I was board certified specialist in emergency medicine, and now I'm a board certified specialist in addiction medicine, practicing addiction medicine full-time.
Awesome. What's your opinions, I guess, on maintenance? Some 12-step programs, people frown on it. Others really think, positive of it. And guess your opinion as a medical doctor?
I believe that each case has to be evaluated individually. So I am, in general, I'm an advocate for maintenance therapy, and in short, the reason why is that if a person's doing wonderfully in recovery with a medication-assisted treatment plan, no matter how gentle you try to be with tapering detox, particularly detox down to 0 doses, has a significant risk of relapse. So if a person's been doing wonderfully, it's kind of the old, if it's not broke, don't fix it. The relapse risk is substantial in the presence of attempts to detox people off of their maintenance medication. And again, though, each case has to be evaluated individually. If a person has not had a very long history of being dependent, particularly with opiate dependency, then I think tapering and detox, and then a strong, encouraging attitude towards naltrexone, either Revia or the Vivitrol injection for relapse prevention, is a reasonable treatment plan.
Yeah.
But if the person's been opiate dependent for an extended period of time,
It kind of changes the brain, right? Is that right?
yeah, the imaging studies actually show that in people who are hooked on opiates, there's a resultant change in brain structure, not just function.
Yeah.
It actually changes the structure of the human brain, and the brain doesn't begin to look like a normal brain for 8 to 10 months.
Okay.
So it takes the brain significantly longer to heal than people realize, and that's why they have to work so much harder on their recovery if they're going to succeed in the earlier phases of recovery. They have to work really hard. Treatment has to be quite aggressive.
Yeah.
And as comprehensive as possible, so that you optimize the chance of successful recovery, because the brain is going to take a long time to heal if you've been on opiates for an extended period of time. And there's really not any direct correlation, like if you've been hooked on opiates for 2 years, it'll take your brain this many months to heal, or if you've been hooked on opiates for 5 years, it'll take your brain this long to heal. So there's no direct correlation.
Yeah.
So each case has to be evaluated and planned for individually.
Okay. So I guess you definitely suggest anyone out there to seek professional help.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, if there's any concern, one of the unfortunate truths is that not enough screening goes on for substance use disorders. Generally, they're poorly screened for, so people frequently don't get help until there's something catastrophic, like an overdose or like a legal issues, charges, and frequently the charges unfortunately tend to be felonious types of charges and things like that.
Yeah.
A marital threat, loss of job, significant physical complications like endocarditis or abscesses and all kind of other things.
Yeah.
So there's generally not a great job being done by the healthcare system to screen for substance use disorders and to pick them up. unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I know it's sad they don't treat Hep C quite like they should. I know a guy who's actually passing away from liver failure, so. But I appreciate your time, Dr. Russell.
Sure, Jeff.
You got anything you want to say?
Well, I think 12-step programs, Celebrate Recovery. A study was done years ago where they took rodents and they put rodents in a cage with plain water and cocaine water and nothing else. And the rodents died of cocaine overdoses.
Yeah.
Then they did the same experiment and they had the cocaine water and the plain water in a cage, but the environment other than the water included what you would call rodent heaven. So
yeah,
they had friends, they had things to play with, places to go, they had all and so those rodents in that cage did not die of cocaine toxicity. So basically, that basically suggests that
surround yourself.
The opposite of addiction is not recovery. The opposite of addiction is community.
And it's right.
So you have to create a new community around the individual, and the person suffering from the substance use disorder has to be willing to embrace a new community. That can be a 12-step community, a Celebrate Recovery community, a Family of Addicts community. There's all kind of Reformers Unanimous community, and a church or pastoral or spiritual community. So you want to take a comprehensive approach, and I think if you take a comprehensive approach, you optimize the chance of success in recovery. You pretty much have to throw everything at the kitchen sink at this particular disease, because people frequently die when it's unsuccessfully or inadequately